What's going on, everyone? Welcome in to yet another live stream. We have another film review. We're gonna have another fun one. Last week we went over the Packers versus Lions film breakdown. It was a joy to watch. There wasn't much negative to go with that film review, and it's the same this week. I mean, this Packers team absolutely rolling, beating the Commanders 27-18. And just putting together a terrific performance 2 weeks in a row, offense, but more importantly, defense. I mean, this defense has been absolutely rolling. And even though I'm a Packers fan, and I'm assuming most people in here are Packers fans and have bias towards it, I fully believe this is the best defense in the NFL through the first 2 weeks of the season. Like, I don't think there's any doubt in my mind for that. What's going on, everyone? Welcome in. I see you guys all in the chat here. What's up? Let me get my stuff all set up here for you guys. How's it going? We have a lot of people commenting about the couple trade rumors yesterday I see in here. Heard the Bears want to send a first round for Malik Willis. I know that's that's a lie, but if they were to do that, yeah, sure, take it. I think teams were offering for Willis, like the Bengals. But supposedly or allegedly, it's only like a sixth round. Like, there's no way you should do that. Like, absolutely no way. Opinion on Sean Clifford going to Cincy. I mean, it's a practice squad signing. I highly doubt Sean Clifford will get any snaps, you know. Juan Lopez, what's up, man? Welcome or thank you for joining into the live stream. Like I said, if you're new here, you're just stopping by, just got the notification, you had the availability to stop by. We do a film review here every single Tuesday, right around the same time, 12:30, 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time, where we look at NFL Pro coaches film from the previous game, good or bad. You know, there were some times last year where we're sitting there scratching our head going, what in the world? But luckily, these first 2 games have been a lot of good. There's been a lot of good, and I have my my whole list here of plays. And I think every single one of them, I mean, yeah. I mean, like when you have such a great game like this, you know, your film reviews are going to be good, is what I'm trying to say. Thomas Lazy asks, how many Pro Bowlers on this defense? Man. That's hard to say. I mean, I think Coop is, Parsons is, X probably just will be. That's 3. I mean, Gary probably, that's 4. You know, we could have 4 or 5 Pro Bowlers on this defense. We really could. Depending, I mean, if the cornerbacks continue to play like they are and Keyshawn Nixon continues to play like he is, he could end up sneaking on, right, as like a Pro Bowl player. We'll see. Wyatt too. Yeah, right. This is crazy because it's like there's so many players that are stepping up or having, you know, a uptick in production because of the addition of Micah Parsons and how this defense is being ran. So, yeah, a couple people saying Wyatt can be, Nixon. Yeah, defense has been absolutely insane. So let's rotate into the film review. Quickly before there's a new app I'm using called Swivel. I'm gonna link it in the chat here for you guys real quick. Let me pin that. It's a Google Chrome extension. And what it does is it turns your Google homepage, like your new tab homepage, into whoever's content, YouTube and whatnot you want, or channel that you want. So, like, for example, I can have the Green Bay Packers tab, and it gives me all of their stuff from YouTube, Instagram stories, X, breaking news, TikTok, everything, all in one page. And you can also add my channel if you'd like to. I sent the link. It's pinned, or it's in the chat. If you guys want to download it, takes less than a minute. And it's an easy way to have, you know, all my stuff kind of just right on your Google homepage, and you won't miss anything, right? And then also Instagram and TikTok. And I'm starting to upload, you know, more short form, around 2 to 3 minutes film review clips on my TikTok and Instagram. A lot of people don't know I have either. A lot of people, you know, don't follow me over there, but if you want to, I upload quick clips. Like I did a couple on Edgerrin Cooper from week 1, Lucas Van Ness. I just did one on Matthew Golden from week 2. And they're just quick film review breakdowns I've been doing over there, but you can get, you know, even roundtable, NFC North roundtable stuff here, the posts from X, and of course, more importantly, all the stuff from YouTube pops right up, and you can even play the videos right in the Google tab. So like if I were to open a new tab, boom, just loads right up the stuff. And you can add more than, just one creator. Like you can add a bunch of creators. If you have a bunch of YouTubers that you like to watch, a bunch of Packers creators that you like to watch, you can add all of them on here. So it's a really nice free Google Chrome extension to download. So definitely go check that out. It's in the chat. I'll pin it here for the meantime for anyone that wants to check that out. Let me just get my live all set up, and everything's set up here for you guys. I have the chat. Okay, let's move into this. Cool. All right, let's dive into it. So first play, nothing crazy. It's 3rd and 3, our first drive, first quarter. And one thing that I noticed the Packers did really well in this game, and I kind of thought it going in, and when I was looking at or doing the game preview, that they're going to use a lot of misdirection and motion. I mean, the Packers do that. They use a lot of motion anyways. But some teams they play against are over aggressive, like to play, stack the box sometimes, like to, run a lot of man blitzes, and misdirection and motion is a great way to beat that. And in this case, it is as well. 3rd and 3. Wicks in motion. Lattimore has to track because they're in man coverage. Cheat motion, where he kind of gets a little bit of a cheat there. Right up into a quick out route. First down. I mean, in man coverage, tracking across the field in motion, like this is almost unstoppable. As long as you put the ball out there in rhythm and to the outside, this is pretty much unstoppable. And shout out to this offensive line, guys. To have two starters against a Commanders defense, like not the best defense in the world, but they're good. They're a good, solid defense. They have a lot of ball players. To roll into this with Morgan at left guard, and at least on this drive, Belton at right tackle. Both of which are kind of the closest to having Jordan Love get sacked or pressured there, but it still works. Everything works out as needed. All right, 11-17. This is the injury to Jaden Reed. What an absolute dime of a throw. Unfortunate Jaden Reed got hurt on this play. He'll be back. It's a broken collarbone, 6 to 8 weeks. Now, you never want players to get hurt, but if Jaden Reed did have a Jones fracture in his foot, this also helps him get healthy from that. I would rather him be on the field, of course, and this injury never to happen because Jaden Reed is such a good ball player, and this offense is better with him on the field. But we have Jordan Love. We have Jaden Reed coming out of the left slot here. I'm going to be running a deep post route. And I actually looked at this as well when I was doing my little Matthew Golden film thing. Matthew Golden's out or open on this quick out route right here. If Love were to fire that down, if he was his first read, and you see Love has so much time in the pocket, Reed is pretty much covered up by 3 players here. And Golden would be the first read through that. Like, hey, he's open, hit him on that out route. It's 3rd and 9, gain the first down, boom. But what Love does here, steps up in the pocket, and Belton is called for holding right there. It probably is holding. I mean, the ref's right there watching it, whatever you think of that. Love extending that, climbing the pocket. The hold gives him the time to loft this thing deep, high, right. I mean, that's an absolute dime of a throw, guys. Like an absolute dime of a throw. Watch this again on this angle. Let's put this to 0.75 just to kind of get a little bit of a better slow-mo of this. So, that's holding. The defender got his arms up and really made that look flagrant. So, good on the defender for really selling that. I'm not terribly mad at that being called. I wish it wasn't because, look at this throw, man. It's just unfortunate Reed got hurt on this play, but he will be back probably around the same time. That Christian Watson comes back as well. All right, let me check one thing here real quick, guys, before I just want to make sure everything's all good. My audio sounds good, guys. We're all good here. I'm just making sure everything's good. Yep, we're good. Cool. Just making sure. I wouldn't want to go through most of this to realize my audio was messed up. But I'm sure you guys would tell me. I'm sure you guys would. All right, let's get my chat back up. Okay. It was hands to the face, not holding. Okay, well, same difference. Well, it's not, but you get my point. It's a penalty by Belton here. Right there. No, it's holding. It was holding. It was definitely holding. That's what NFL Pro says. Offensive holding, 10 yards. So, whatever. Regardless, penalty on Belton. All right, next play we have is 10:30. Okay, here's that deep ball to Matthew Golden. See, and this is why you should go follow me on TikTok, and it's just at Basarski. It should be down in the description of most of my videos as well. I did a little film review on Matthew Golden and explained why the rhetoric going around that, hey, Matthew Golden has done nothing through 2 weeks and he's a bust or he's not as good as we once hyped him to be. It's not for lack of him getting open. Like Matthew Golden has been open a lot the past 2 weeks, especially on this play. And there's a little bit of insight on this. Right here, Jordan Love is looking to the sideline and they're telling him to go, go, go because there's 12 on the defense. But there's not. Someone miscounted. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11. So someone on the Packers sideline gave that signal. There's 12 on the defense. Get up, snap the ball. It's 4th and 3. We'll get a free play. Maybe the Packers were just going to go up and try to get the Commanders to jump anyways on this. But once he got the call that, hey, there's 12, go, go, go. Jordan Love, quickly, go, get set, snap the ball. There wasn't 12 on the field. So Jordan Love, right in this moment, thinks, this is a free play. What are you doing, a free play? Go vertical, throw that thing up. And for all intents and purposes, Golden's wide open. Like, Golden is open for a touchdown, right? Just puts a little bit too much air under it. You got to put that more of a line and a little bit more on it. I mean, it's there. Like, Golden has his man beat, and that was not the first. This is not the only time in the game that Golden has his man beat deep. Just a little bit too much loft on it. It takes a little too long to get there. If Love kind of hit this drop, drove up into this thing, took a step up, and just fired that thing on a line, that's a touchdown. It's a difficult throw. It's a throw Jordan Love can make, and it's a throw Jordan Love will make. So this isn't on Golden. This is on Love, and this is just to showcase that, hey, Matthew Golden's open, man. Like, he's there. Like, he's getting, this will come. This chemistry will build. This will happen. It will come. All right, 9:48. Man, this is such a great hustle play by Devonte Wyatt, just showcasing this guy is having a breakout year through 2 weeks already. Wyatt right here in the middle. It's going to be more of a extended scramble drill by Jaden Daniels. Goes right, jukes, cuts back left. And look at Devonte Wyatt, man. Laying out for Jaden Daniels and containing that right side or the left side of the offense. I mean, without Wyatt here kind of staying home and just getting through this real quick, you know, Daniels, without Wyatt there, Daniels cuts left, Eckler blocks down on Quay, and then you have Daniels on the outside with a blocker, a defender, and a lot of space. A lot of space. And we know how dangerous Daniels can be in space. And this is on 2nd and 7, which forced a 3rd and 8, which they ran the ball, which forced a 4th down. So this is huge early in the game. Absolutely massive early in the game, considering the Packers hadn't scored points at this point, right? I mean, look at Devonte Wyatt, man. Right? Kind of, he's at that 3-tech spot. Gets stood up kind of in like a little, not double team, but just a cluster here. Jaden scrambles right. We have Colby Wooden kind of just spying. I mean, Colby Wooden's not going to match lateral quickness with Jaden. Evan Williams tries to get a hand on him. Jaden cuts back left, and oh man, what a great effort by Devonte Wyatt, who's having a hell of a year so far. Joe Mama says, big man. Yes, sir. Devonte Wyatt's having a hell of a year. All right, we have, oh, this is, okay. I love, the Packers did this a couple times, and I love the look. Absolutely love the look. So if you guys remember, back when Allen Lazard was on this roster, what did they do a lot with Allen Lazard? They motioned him in to be an insert blocker. What that is, you know, sometimes behind the tackle, but usually behind and in between the tackle and the tight end. Typically, at least back when the Packers used to do it a lot with Allen Lazard, this almost 95% of the time signaled run. When you motioned a receiver in, especially being backed up on your own goal line here, and added an insert blocker from a wide receiver, you would think run. And so did the Commanders here. Look at these linebackers, all three steps up, right? Kraft block and release. And Matthew Golden running a route out of that insert position is disgusting. And he gets open, but Kraft is wide open. So obviously Love standing in his own end zone is going to take the easy option here. But this is a great look out of this setup, right? It's a wonderful look out of this setup. And Golden dusts Lattimore there, but Kraft is just absolutely wide open. And this isn't the only time in the game they did this. And this is also why Matthew Golden, not only with Jaden Reed being hurt, but he's going to get a ton of more snaps. They've been using him as that insert blocker, all preseason and all season so far. He's kind of been used as that guy, which is very important for the Packers offense. So, he's going to continue to get plenty of snaps, and his catches and targets will come. They 100% will. All right. We have that long Tucker Kraft touchdown, or not touchdown, 57-yarder. I wish it was a touchdown. That would have been, oh, no videos. Yeah. They're just trying to hide it from us. That's what they're doing. Sometimes this glitches out like this. So bear with me. There we go. Tony says, Bass, in regards to the O-line, how well do you think Big E has been playing? So, I'm not typically the one to really dive into O-line, like watching film. I don't know everything, like in terms of the small intricacies of O-line, but the one thing I will say is I haven't noticed him, which is typically a good thing, right? Like if you don't notice an offensive lineman and you're not talking about him a lot, similarly to cornerback, that typically means that they're doing a good job. Whereas last year, we noticed Josh Myers a lot because in the run game, he was, doing a pretty poor job. I think Elton Jenkins has been doing great through the first 2 weeks based on that fact. All right, here we go. This play out of 12 personnel, and, this is also why I think the Packers will be fine. I think this is gun nasty. This is actually not even 12 personnel. This is 3 tight end look. I think this is gun nasty. And the one receiver out here is Savon. So like the only receiver they have on the field is Savon Williams in this look. I love this look. I mean, look at the Commanders. Like they're talking with each other. Like, okay, you guys need a switch. If there's a switch there, yada, yada, yada. And then you motion Savon here on this cheat wheel. And then you have a switch release by Kraft and Musgrave. Musgrave kind of gets a subtle pick on this backer, or at least gets him out of the way a little bit, and then does a deep crosser. And then on a switch release, you have Kraft running a wheel behind the linebacker, and Wagner is lost in the dust. This is a perfect design set up by also Savon running this cheat wheel, right? Carrying this cornerback in his deep third out of cover 3 to the outside as he should. It actually looks like it could almost be in man coverage on the outside here. And this is going to get open behind the linebackers because out of this look, I mean, it looks like a run formation, right? Like you're running 3 tight ends and Savon Williams. For the most part, you would assume that they're going to run the football. And then to get vertical, essentially 3 verts on this right side, someone's going to be open, especially against cover 3 here, because this safety has to track Musgrave coming on a crosser. That corner has to track Savon, and a linebacker. I mean, Bobby, as good as he is, isn't going to be able to track that on Tucker Kraft. And just an absolutely awesome design play. And they actually ran it again in this game, and it worked yet again. It was like kind of in the territory of the Commanders later in the game, and they went for like 17 yards to Tucker Kraft, but they ran it twice, and it worked twice. I mean, look at this look. You got Fitzpatrick, you got Kraft, you got Musgrave, Savon. I mean, they're going to run a jet touch pass out of this soon. So this look is now on tape. And the fact that, look, how there wasn't that much flow, like they kind of just shifted a little bit. The Packers are going to run a set go, snap it, jet touch pass to Savon here with blockers to the outside. If you want to get real tricky, you could run a option. Savon gets it, and Jacobs is out to receive a pitch from Savon. He could do it. He really did a lot of that stuff at TCU. So really love this design here. The switch release, getting him wide open, firing that thing in. I mean, it's an easy pitch and catch. And then Tucker Kraft off for the races there. Love Kraftiak. Like, he's so good gaining extra yards with the ball in his hands. All right. Now we have, oh yeah, here we go. Here's Jordan Love setting the tone. At this point, we're still 0-0 game. The Packers turn over the ball in 4th, force the punt from the Commanders, and now they're driving. How do you set the tone against, another team saying, hey, I'm going to be physical? What's a good way to do that? Having your quarterback truck a defensive back. That's how you set the tone. And it's Trey Amos, which you guys know we were big on him coming out of this draft, which just makes it even sweeter. Jordan Love on the outside. Normal quarterbacks, I mean, they're going to slide here, but it's 3rd and 9. Like, Jordan Love, if you don't get across that pylon there for the first down, you're kicking 3. Jordan Love says, no, thank you. We're going for a touchdown here. Oh, man, I love to see it. Let's get the end zone view real quick because it's going to show it even better. This is how you set the tone as a quarterback. I still can't get over the fact that Emmanuel Wilson's number 23. It just looks so odd. I don't know why he switched. It's weird. I was sitting here going like, is that Israel Abanikanda? Like, what? We also have Darian Kennard here at right tackle in this drive, and does a decent job there. Love scrambles. I don't think Trey Amos was honestly ready for that, considering it's a quarterback. And that's also why quarterbacks kind of have the advantage. It's like defenders are almost like, can I hit the quarterback here? We're near the sideline. I don't want to give up easy first down. So I'm just going to like, okay, oh, he is coming in at me. He is staying in bounds. I'm going to lower a shoulder. But Love already had that in his mind. Like, I'm taking this hit and I'm and I'm getting this first down. Obviously, we want Love to stay healthy. But yeah, we want Love to stay healthy. But, you got to get the first down here. You're playing football, man. You got to win the game. You got to put yourself in a position to succeed. This run got me so jacked up. Yeah, dude, 100%. All right, we've Doubs, 435, the Doubs touchdown. I haven't really looked at this play too much. I just know I wrote it down because it is a touchdown. I didn't know if it was an RPO or not. This is the first time I'm actually watching it in coach's film. So we have motion Heath kind of as an insert. And you would expect run here. I mean, you're so heavy with one receiver. Yeah, that is an RPO. Okay, so what Love is looking at here is, I guess, I'm trying to see what his actual read is here. I think it's one of these backers, or if this backer goes down, or sorry, this edge goes instantly down rather than drop, Love can fake this and know that, hey, I have a 1v1 on the outside slant, Romeo Doubs versus a corner. And, oh, man, Love gets it right over these D linemen. That's a tough throw, considering the D linemen are right in his face. I'm going to watch it from this angle. This will kind of show that a little bit more. Unless Love, like, predetermined this, like, hey, I'm just going to fake this, but it reads like an RPO because you kind of have, at least Jordan Morgan going up, like, in a run block. Man, that was a good throw right over these D linemen. Whew. Nice throw. Nice route by Doubs. Really nice release on the outside. Nice touchdown by Doubs. All right. 433. Nope, not that 433. We have another 433. We have another one. There we go. Nope, not that one either. Jeez. We have this 433. There we go. Leviti says, Savion's getting way more snaps than I thought he would. Yeah, me too, man. Me too, because I didn't expect it this early because he didn't have much in camp, or he didn't have much time in camp. He's hurt. But clearly, Matt LaFleur wants him to be implemented into this offense, clearly, and he will continue to. All right. This is a good stop by LVN, good run stop. Pretty much goes unblocked on the backside here. They're pulling both left tackle and left guard, and Lucas Van Ness just unblocked into the backfield, excuse me. So really nice play by Van Ness here. I mean, obviously going unblocked, it should be pretty easy to get back there, but you got to have the speed to get off to essentially get backside. I don't know if he's supposed to be blocked here. It seems kind of, I have no idea what that run block call is for Commanders, but you probably shouldn't have that. But good play by Van Ness, man. Good play. What else do we have? We have, 1449 in the second. Dude, it was such a good game. Like run defense, short pass defense, around the line of scrimmage, contain Jaden Daniels for Javon Bullard. Here we go. We have 3 receivers wide left. The Packers right now, Quay Walker's still kind of watching this backfield, but we, in terms of alignment, we're kind of losing the hat count. So this is a good read by Daniels to throw this quick screen right here. And that's exactly what it is. The moment Bullard sees this receiver come down, he knows exactly what's coming. I'm sure the Commanders put this exact play on film last week, and Bullard was not fooled by it. Got through 2 blockers and just attacks Deebo there and makes a really nice tackle. And Deebo Samuel is a hard player to bring down. So Really nice play by Javon Bullard to diagnose this instantly, get through 2 blockers, and just bring down Debo. Yeah, Daniel's 17 rushing yards was great, man. Like, the fact that we contained him to that is outstanding by this defense. Absolutely outstanding. All right, what else do we have? Oh, man. 12:37. Man, first off, what a day. What an absolute day for Keyshawn Nixon. And you guys know I'm a big Keyshawn Nixon supporter here on this channel. I know a lot of my viewers aren't, and that's fine. There are games. There definitely are games in the past where you're sitting there and you're going, what in the world is Keyshawn Nixon doing? But I'll say this. I think there was a lot of unneeded hate towards him last year when I thought he did a fine job at boundary given the circumstances. And he's looked even better this year with a full year of boundary under his belt. I thought he's played better at boundary last year than he ever did in the nickel. I will say he was not wonderful in the nickel. I can admit that. But when he moved to boundary, I really started to like what I saw from him because he's a physical corner. He can, kind of guard the sideline, but he can also run up and help in the run game as an outside corner. That's very important, right? If you have a running back swing, something like that, a screen, just like we saw from Bullard there, you got to remain physical. And another thing is the Packers are doing such a great job at not only punching the ball or trying to punch the ball when a ball carrier has the football, but when a pass is thrown to a receiver. This is a perfect execution of, look at this punch out. Let me slow this down for you. I mean, this is just a perfect execution of a punch out right there. Beautifully executed by Keyshawn Nixon. I mean, this is a nice ball. Noah Brown has it, a little bit behind. But what you do in that situation, eyes on ball, punch through. Knock that thing out. Nixon had 4 pass breakups. Some sites have him listed at 5, but I think PFF has him listed at 4, and then a receiver had a drop on one of them. I don't know which one. I'd have to look. But what a game. What a game for Keyshawn Nixon, guys. And like I said, I think we're fine at cornerback. That's what I was saying. Like, even before Micah Parsons, I wasn't too worried about it. But once we got Parsons, I was like, dude, we're fine. We're fine. We're going to get this much pressure. And there's going to be games where Nixon gets beat. There's going to be games where Valentine gets beat. There's going to be games where our pass defense lets up 300 yards. It's going to happen. But the general idea here is that we have so much talent on this defense. We have so much ability on that front 7 that when it matters, we're going to get home. And that's what at the end of the day matters. And this defense is elite right now. This is the 92-yard potential touchdown to Matthew Golden. I think the Commanders are in quarters coverage here. And I mean, look at this. Like, anyone who's saying to you that's not a Packers fan that Matthew Golden is a bust or hasn't done anything and, he's not a good receiver. Like they clearly are just looking at the box score. Like, it's not even funny. Because he just dusts 2 corners here. Just absolutely, just running straight. Just like, goodbye. And that should have been a 92-yard touchdown. And Love is just slightly off the mark. And this happens. Right? We're talking about a rookie wide receiver. This is the first, second game they're playing together in a full sense. This is going to happen. It happened with Doubs early. It happened with Watson early. And remember, it was even worse with Rodgers with all the new wide receivers. I feel like they didn't get on the same page for like years. I think it's going to happen quicker with Golden and Love. And I think Golden is really going to pop off, right around the midpoint of this season. I think we're really going to start to see it. I mean, he's wide open. Like, he's taking this thing. He's hitting his head on the goalpost, man. Wide open. I didn't know it was possible to overthrow him. I think that's probably what Love's thinking here. Like, wow, he just dusted those guys. Like, I got to put everything on this. And he did. It's just a hair off. I mean, it's so damn close. Like, if that's just a yard behind where Love put it, he's hitting him in stride, touchdown, 92 yards, and no one's talking about Matthew Golden doing nothing through the first 2 weeks. That's why you can't just look at box score and go, yeah, he's done nothing. He's not getting open. You can see Golden's pissed too. He's like, damn, dude, that's my moment. That would have been my first touchdown in my NFL career. Golden breakout game since Reed is out. Here's the thing, guys. Like, the Packers run so much 12 personnel anyways. I believe, yeah, they're in it here. So, like, the Packers run so much 12 personnel anyways where Golden is going to be one of the receivers and usually Doubs or Wicks is the other. So Golden is getting his snaps regardless. The main player that played slot snaps with Reed out after this in this game was Wicks. So Wicks is going to come in to be our slot guy, which I love. He has so much shift. And Golden's going to remain on the outside with Doubs in 12 personnel. So Golden's going to get so much more. He's still going to continue to get a ton of opportunity. A ton of opportunity. All right, 11:05, man. Speaking of opportunity and making it count, this Malik Heath catch, I mean, good Lord. What a catch by Heath on the outside here. And here's another 2 running backs. So what's that? 21 personnel, tight end, 2 running back, and Heath and Golden. Little fake handoff, little misdirection there. Love pressure in his face. Kind of has Kraft. Maybe see again, Golden kind of open here on this deep dig, right? Golden open. Love's just looking at his 1v1 matchups. So Golden is open. It's just he's like kind of later down in the progression. He's going to continue to rise up to be like the guy. But man, what a catch. What a ball too. Definitely what a ball. And Matt LaFleur finally won a challenge, guys. Let's go. This might be a better angle. This might be a better angle for it. Let's put it to half speed. I mean, Love gets pressured here by Sainer still. Right up the gut. And he has to stand tall on that and get hit. Throw that thing. Look at this. Look at this throw and catch, man. That is disgusting. That is like absolutely disgusting. That's like Aaron Rodgers, Jordy Nelson level disgusting. Like, and we're talking about Jordan Love to Malik Heath. And shout out Malik Heath. It seems like every time this guy gets on the field, he just makes a play. Like, remember last year against Chicago, that 1v1 jump ball just snagged it out of the air. Like, every time he gets on the field, the dude just makes a damn play. You know, you got to give credit to him. Guy undrafted makes the roster 3 years in a row. It's crazy. It's crazy because he's a talented receiver. He knows how to go up, high point of football, catch a football, you know, beat 1v1s and run block. That's why he makes the roster every single year. Okay, we have 738. Josh Jacobs touchdowns. I just wanted to show this, a 2-yard touchdown, nothing crazy, but I just want to show you the absolute truck he does on Frankie Louvu here. Why does the sideline view like not work sometimes? Or end zone view. I'll try to slow it down. I'll try to get to end zone view. But Frankie Louvu right there. You can see his little helmet. Bam! Dude, that is so bad. I love Josh Jacobs running downhill, man. Yeah, I don't understand why Heath went undrafted either. He's a good receiver. And I made a video on him about being, you know, undrafted free agent dark horse when we signed him. And there's a couple things I didn't like in his game at Ole Miss, but it's also Ole Miss. Like, their offense is just kind of like disgusting to watch, if I'm in my opinion. So it's kind of hard to like evaluate it a little bit. But yeah, Malik Heath is a ball player. I just want to just watch Louvu here, man. Like, this is a grown man play. Oh, dude. Josh Jacobs running downhill, man. It's just one of my favorite things to watch. Look at Elton. You know, Elton kind of misses his block. Morgan, good job. This team, yeah, exactly, Brett. This is how you send a message to this team is filled with absolute dogs. And here's the thing, like this Packers team is not. I'm so not used to them being more physical than every other team, especially playing the Lions and Commanders week 1 and 2. But they've been more physical than both. Not used to that, and it's a joy to see. All right, 440. Here we go. 440. Nixon pass breakup. We got another. Short right to Noah Brown. I think this is on a deep hitch. Or just a hitch. Boom. Look at the read and react by Nixon to get there on 2nd and 5. Nixon's just watching his hips, watching his shoulders. The moment he snaps, Nixon, break through that. Get through that thing. Break that thing up. Could have been a little bit better of a ball. You know, Jaden could have hit it right here rather than taking that extra half step, and maybe would have got there. Still, nice play by Keyshawn Nixon. All right, Savon Williams. We have one more play for the first half, and that is Savon Williams. 422. I loved what I saw from Savon and how they used him. First, that cheat motion wheel to get Kraft, help get Kraft open. And then look at this. I mean, we have 21, or not even 21. 21 personnel, right? Yeah. But I guess, is it considered that because Savon is a receiver and he's on the field? I don't know. Someone would probably know better than I do. But Savon and Pony package, we'll call it that. We'll just, okay, Pony package. I think that's Jacobs and then Savon on the right. I love this. Like just using Savon in the backfield. And gosh, I just wish he wasn't number 83, running a bunch of backfield stuff. Like if he was single digits or a teen number, that would be it would just look better, if I'm being completely honest. But I don't care if you're making plays. And if you're making plays like this, it doesn't matter. Love the motion, love the misdirection, right? Quick jerk motion back, Tucker Kraft, insert blocker, fake handoff to Jacobs, or handoff to Savon, fake to Jacobs. Look how that gets all these defenders flowing. Look at all the defenders flow down, boom. And already Savion's to the outside with the ball in his hands. And nice cut outside there. Wait, who just made that block? Was that Kraft on the outside? Watch Kraft just absolutely erase. Who is that? Marshawn Lattimore? I mean, he got bullied all game. Marshawn Lattimore. Remember when Packers fans wanted Lattimore? Remember that? Nah, we got Nixon, dude. And Nixon wouldn't get bullied like this by a tight end. I'll tell you that. He'd at least take him out. Outside. Look at Kraft. Ready? Bam! Get out of here. First down. And he still can't. They still can't knock Savon on the ground. They still can't. 20 comes through. It was 20. 20 is Quan Martin comes through. It's like, I'm going to lay a big hit. Can't even put him on the ground. Let's go, Savon. Man. Kraft, let's go. PFF probably still gave him like a 22 run block because they watched that. They're like, oh, we hate Tucker Kraft for some reason. Just have a disgust for Kraft macaroni and cheese. So let's just grade Tucker Kraft with a 30 PFF. Finally, they gave him a good grade. I mean, if they didn't this game, they would be outing themselves as Packers or Kraft haters. So I'm glad they finally did. But usually they'll see something like this and be like, yeah, 32 run block. It's actually crazy. Actually crazy. All right, we have some second half stuff to go through. Before we do so, I want to give a massive shout out to Sleeper for sponsoring this channel here in 2025. I made my picks last night and I was only off by one, and it was a Nick Chubb, more than 13 and a half carries. I think he only ended up with 12, but I think everything else I made hit yesterday. I had Baker, more than a half a passing yards, a free pick. I had Ladd McConkey with some receptions and Bucky Irving with a touchdown. But Thursday, you can already make your picks. And I have Tua Tagovailoa, more than a half a passing yard. They offer free picks on primetime games. I would assume that's a free pick, but it is Tua we're talking about. I would assume he'll get a passing yard. Josh Allen, more than 28 and a half rushing yards. I think that's a lock. I really do. Same with the next two. Keon Coleman, more than 2.5 receptions. Kind of a down game week 2, but he's going to get his targets. And I have more than 11 and a half receiving yards for James Cook. It's $5 play to win a potential $45.05. If you want to check out Sleeper, links down in the description. And actually, let me pin it in the chat for you guys as well, so you can go download the app and get a 100% deposit match, and that's up to $100 there on Sleeper, and that's with code BASS. It's in the description nonetheless. I'm pinning it in the chat right now for you guys. You can make $1 entries up to 1,000 times payouts. Make your picks for the upcoming slate of games. They have tons of different sports on there too if you don't want to make picks on NFL games, but definitely go check out Sleeper. Big shout out to them. All right, let's move back into film review, and let's go into the second half. Let me get this thing back up. Let me get this other thing back up. Bengals sign Sean Clifford. Yes, I saw that. Bass, do you think Minnesota's in panic mode with J.J. McCarthy? Honestly, like, they could look better with Wentz. I don't think that's a bold take. Like, I really don't. Like, I loved the fourth quarter from McCarthy, but the other 7 quarters were abysmal. So they might, I mean, they're playing the Bengals with Browning. So, the matchup we're all waiting for, Wentz versus Browning, of course. But honestly, the Bengals, did really well last week with Browning filling in. So I don't know. I think it's going to be actually a good game. All right. Enough jibber jabber about the Vikings. Who cares? Coop/Parsons played 12-14 in the third. Okay. Third quarter. I don't, what is that thing? I don't want that. 12-13 in the 12-14. Yes, there it is. All right. Here we have a sack by Edgerrin Cooper and Micah Parsons. Packers running 3, 4, 5-man front here. We have, I think, Cooper in the B gap, which is nice to see. Kind of stand up in the B gap, showcasing, hey, we're going to bring pressure here. And they do. Look at these stunts. Oh my gosh. I just realized all the stunts that actually occurred on this play. Watching Cowboy Coop and Micah Parsons just absolutely slam Jaden Daniels into the ground here. It just sent a little chill down my spine just watching these two get to work together. Watch all these stunts, guys. This is absolutely like Chef Hafley, dude. He's cooking. But to anyone that's, any other fan base, Jeff Hafley is a horrible coordinator, just so we know. Just so we know. And you should, no way he should be a head coach next year. Man, look at these stunts, dude. Look at Cooper. It's so scary to watch that. Like, Cooper does such a great job at, setting this up, hesitating, and then look how fast he loops. Ready? It's, instantaneous. It's so scary. And then both of them right there slamming him down. There's so much aura there. There's so much aura there. It's off the charts, dude. The Packers just look at this. They squeeze Parsons, Brooks, and Van Ness all to this side. And then Coop. I mean, it's insane, dude. Do you agree with the 9-point favorites against the Browns? I honestly think it could be a closer game than a lot of people are thinking, just for it. Hopefully it's not. We should beat the ever-living hell out of the Browns, but who knows? That just feels like one of those games where you still win, but you're God, we should have won by more. How did that happen? I hope it's not. No holding. Parsons gets the sack as soon as the ball is snapped. Oh yeah, it was holding on Connerly. Connerly was garbage in this game. I think he had 9 pressure allowed, 3 sacks. Oh yeah. That is disgusting. I was watching Coop too much. Look at Parsons. He just teleports. If I click and unclick, it's his inside swim move is the fastest one I think I've ever seen. I never really watched Parsons too much because I'm not watching the Cowboys. I don't give a shit. But watching him week 1 and 2 and that inside swim, it's disgusting. And that ref is yup. That ref is dude, I get it. It's Micah Parsons, but that's gotta be thrown. That flag is thrown, my guy. It's disgusting. That inside swim is so disgustingly fast. Connerly is just help. Help. That's crazy. The fact that they actually didn't give him help here. Why is Eckler on this side? Did he run a route or is he pass blocking? Why? Why do you not have Eckler chipping Parsons? I know he goes inside, but I know Gary's good too, but why? Why? I don't know. All right, let's move on. 11. Oh yeah, we got some Musgrave, ladies and gentlemen. Got some Musgrave. Musgrave running a little bit of a deep out route here, kind of selling post right there, post to out. Bam. Nice concept. Musgrave can't stay on his feet, of course. I mean, could have been a better ball there, but hey, Musgrave involved. And honestly, Doubs, if Love has the time, he really doesn't. I mean, he's about to get absolutely demolished, but if Love had a little bit more time, Doubs is scoring. I like this concept. This is a sick concept. I just realized what's going on. Dude, Matt LaFleur is cooking. Look at this. First off, again, cheat motion wheel, Matthew Golden. Boom. Mandatory inside release Doubs to kind of a post. And then we have Musgrave post out over top Doubs. Oh my God, there's so much going on. Awesome. We also have another Musgrave play right after, because why not? I also really liked this. It's 3rd and 1. the Commanders are in man coverage. You see that. You get a motion here. And at this point, you're like, all right, we're good. We know we're in man. This play is going to work. You get that first motion. We're in man. Cool. Quickly motion back. Go. Snap the ball. Play action. Flat slide. Boom. Wide open. And you know it's going to be because it's man coverage. So that first motion, some people may be wondering that a lot of the time. Like, why do they do this? Like, why didn't they just keep Musgrave at the start of the play on this side and then just run the play? Well, it's because if Love comes up and does this, motions him and doesn't see this man coverage and just sees them slide, all right, now we're in zone. This play probably won't work. Let's check down to a run, right? So that's why that happened. That's why a lot of the times you'll see motion pre-snap to one side, then need to go right back to the other side. That's why. All that is just telling the offense and Love, okay, man coverage, yep, this call is going to work. Motion them back, play action, linebackers flow in. We have a little bit of a rub route on the outside by Golden. Awesome job. Wide open Luke Musgrave, first down. Dude, he's so uncomfortable with the ball in his hands. Like, he's so uncomfortable. Look at him. Like, I love me some Musgrave. But man, this dude, every time he's like, oh God, I'm going to fall. Like, he can't do anything with the ball in his hands. It's hilarious, actually. Baby deer. Good play, though. Good play. All right, we have more Edgerrin Cooper. He really started turning on in this second half for sure. 5:50 in the third. 5:50 in the third. Here we go. I don't know. I just have Coop written, so I really kind of forget what play this is. Oh, yeah, run fit. Oh, my God. What an awesome tackle. Also, did you guys watch the Bucs-Texans game last night? What an awesome game. Like, it was so physical, but I was loving every minute of it. Like, people were getting absolutely, like, hammered. Like, the punter got hit hard when he got blocked. Baker's, like, doing front flips, running for first downs. And there was so much, like, hard hitting in that game. It was awesome. Speaking of hard hitting, look at Cooper. Diagnosis, run. Get right in that A-gap. Boom. Slam Eckler down. Man, I hope Eckler's able to return after this year. It doesn't look good with the ruptured Achilles at his age, but, you love Austin Eckler. I just feel like he's, such a humble ball player, a good ball player too. So hopefully he'll be okay. But, at least when he's playing on the field, I want Edgerrin Cooper to do things like this for sure. Good run fit by Coop here. Let's go. Okay, 256. There we go. Here we go. When I was watching this, I was like, damn, what a play by Evan Williams. We're talking 3rd and 1 here and forces a 4th and 1. Now, they end up getting the 4th down, but what a play on 3rd and 1 by Evan Williams. He's creeping up into the box here. Instant blitz, run blitz. Damn. Get Eckler down at the line of scrimmage with help from Micah Parsons. What a play by Evan Williams. What a play. See him kind of creeping up here. Also, look at Carl Brooks, man. Just plugging that middle right there. And Evan Williams coming downhill. And Parsons helps clean that up. All right. We have another Cooper play, 28 seconds. I think this is a pressure by Cooper. I mean, this is just so scary to watch Edgerrin Cooper, like, rush the passer. Honestly, like, Cooper reminds me so much of early Micah Parsons. It's terrifying. Another stunt, and he's just right in his face. And Jaden has to just get that thing out there. I mean, look at this. Like, this is so, like, what Halfley is doing. You're kind of like 1, 2, 3, 5-man front. Parsons on the edge, hand in the dirt. Gary 3-point stance. I think that's Enigbare on the inside of Gary. And then you also have Carl Brooks at nose tackle, zero tech. And then you have Edgerrin Cooper in the B gap, stand up. And then you have Quay Walker creeping and Evan Williams creeping. And this is against no backfield. So 5v5, how's a good way to beat, 5 rushers against 5 linemen? Run some stunts. And again, perfectly executed stunt. Like, what Halfley is able to do with Edgerrin Cooper on these stunts, it's working so damn well. Like, so damn well. And it was last year, but now you add, Parsons into the mix. Gary in 1v1 most of the time. It's scary. I mean, Jaden has no time to throw here, and he has to just air that thing out. Just has to air that thing out. We have a few more plays. Just a couple more. Just a couple more. We have that Savon play. 11:06. 11:06. Oh, next page. I love this play. And there's going to be more out of this. I'll tell you right now, later in the season. Love motions left. Savon. Wildcat taking the snap as quarterback. Love offset here. Watch what happens right here. Fake. You see that? Now, obviously, if you pitch that, Love is dead to rights. But I would be willing to bet. I mean, I think this call, it was probably just like, hey, fake that and run no matter what. But the Packers are going to watch this and find ways to get different looks out of this. Obviously, there's going to be different types of Wildcat with Savon that are going to be featured. And man, if he doesn't slip, like, I mean, maybe he puts a move on him. He's not getting that many more yards, but Savon's so good with the ball in his hands. And here's the thing, like, he had 6 rushing touchdowns, 6 receiving touchdowns, and a passing touchdown at TCU last year. Like, he can do it all. He's not going to, throw a dime, but near the goal line, he can do a pop pass for sure. That's what he did in TCU for his touchdown pass. The fact that Love comes around here actually sets this play up because both of these defenders, look, see him take that step out and then he's containing. Look at that defensive lineman take that step out because he's like, I see Love coming back. Step out. Look at Wicks too, getting that like little crack block there to help Savon here. Without that, I mean, I think Savon still beats that guy because he's just good with, the ball in his hands. But Wicks getting that little bit right there actually really saves him. Really good job by Wicks getting that backside block here. Kind of misses him at first, but then second effort. Then you have Rashid pulling outside, putting a nice block, and Savon just slips. But oh, you love it. Elton Jenkins, Jordan Morgan, and then Rashid outside. Nice. Really love this play. Really, really wrong cleats. Yeah, probably. Savon wanted that touchdown so bad, man. Yeah. Yep. If they run this and Tuck release after the block, he is wide. Oh, like a goal line, Tracy? All right, let's see. So where is Tuck? I can't even see where he's at. Let me go to the other view. So if they're on the goal line and they run this set, right? Let's see. So Tuck is right here. So Tuck is blocking down, but I see what you mean. Like if they run this set and maybe Tuck's on this side or they're running it to the right side and it's a little block and release, Savon can definitely pop pass it to him in the end zone. I feel like we'll see that at some point this year. I really do. I really do. All right, we have a couple more. 901. This was pretty much the dagger here. The Packers go up 24-10 at this point with this play. And again, 12 personnel, Golden on the field, Doubs on the field. And that's why I keep saying, like, even when Reed was available, like, Golden's getting his touches out of 12. 2 tight ends set on the right. Commanders overcommit heavily on this run. Kraft block and release on Luvu, second level. Number 3, his man was Musgrave. It wasn't even Kraft, but he has to be playing catch up because Luvu attacked so heavily on the run here on that play action, bit so hard. Kraft wide open, touchdown. I mean, it's perfectly set up because the Commanders are so aggressive against the run, and you could see, look at all the players in the box. It's 1st and 8. You would fully expect the Packers to run here as well. And watch Luvu, man. Like his eyes are staring at Jacobs. The moment he sees this, Luvu's just already engaging in this block and trying to go fill a run lane. Kraft does a really good job at just swiping to the side, getting outside. Boom. Perfect touch pass by Love to Kraft for a touchdown. 3:43. And I could look at more. This is the last play we have, but I know a lot of people are probably interested. That's not it. It's this one. How Baron Serell did. I think he only played in like 8 to 9 snaps, but he did end up with a half a sack here with Carl Brooks. So Baron Serell's right here. I mean, that's a good job getting around Connerly. and just attacking Jaden Daniels and gets a half sack with Carl Brooks here. If Serell ends up being crazy good, I don't even what this D-line can do is, I mean, what they can already do is crazy. So like and he gets handed to the face. He gets handed to the face there and still goes and finishes up this play with Brooks there. So I think he was on the field 9 plays. Yep. So we'll go through these real quick before we get out of here. And let's see. Let's go end zone view. It's just easier to kind of. Did 10 get pressured on his golden overthrow? Not really. Serell on the outside. Yeah, pressures Jaden. Look at Serell, man. 9 snaps. Had a pressure here. Getting by Laramie Tunsil. Guys, that's Laramie Tunsil. Mind you. Laramie Tunsil, Baron Serell gets inside, pressures Jaden. It's complete. He's wide open. Nonetheless, we're looking at Baron Serell there. Just want to kind of look at some of these and see, how Serell's doing. Here he is on this side again. Against Tunsil, gets double teamed. Gets kind of washed out. Check this. Serell, I think he's on this side now. Oh my God. Dude, in 9 plays, Serell looked good, man, in his debut. I haven't watched these. I'm watching them for the first time with you guys. Look, bam. Look at the power bull rush, just pushing Connolly back. Bam, right there. Love it. I mean, it's a quick pass, doesn't matter, but like still, you're just, for what you see, it's nice. Split by, yeah. How did this one look? It was that garbage time Debo touchdown. I think the Packers are in man here. Across the board. It's just Evan Williams missed a tackle. Yeah. Instant oh my God. Do you see what Lucas Van Ness just did to Jaden Daniels at the end of this play? Hell yeah. Van Ness on the outside. Free rush. Bam. Good Lord. Ewell's got to wrap up there, but garbage time touchdown nonetheless. It's not a huge deal. But yeah, guys, that's the all the film I have for you guys today. Let me switch to this real quick. I do this every Tuesday if you're stopping by for the first time. So if that does interest you, go click subscribe. It's free to do. Turn on post notifications. I do this every Tuesday around 12:30 to 1 o'clock Eastern Standard Time. What a game by the Green Bay Packers. Now we got the Browns here in week 3. Then we have Sunday Night Football against the Cowboys. Then a bye week. So, we're looking good. The Packers very well could go into the bye week 4-0. And then we come out of the bye week against the Bengals, and they most definitely won't have Joe Burrow. Week 6, Packers have the Bengals in Green Bay after their bye. And they likely won't have Burrow. So, we're playing against Joe Flacco this week. He's a statue, so I would be surprised if the Packers don't get like 5 to 6 sacks. I am scared about Myles Garrett, but, is what it is. We'll just have to have a plan for him. Week 4, Cowboys in Dallas. I'm actually glad it's in Dallas. Still going to be a tough game. Like, the Cowboys are a good team. They're being coached better. I love Big Mike and all, but it seems like they're being coached better this year. They're a good team. They have a good roster. But it's Micah Parsons' homecoming. Like, if Micah Parsons doesn't get 80% of snaps in that game, I'm going to be severely disappointed. And I think at this point, week 3, I think Parsons had 56.6% of snaps this last game. I think he'll get a 65 to 70 this next game against the Browns, and then he'll be up to that 80 mark against the Cowboys. And then it's just full-fledged, full-on Micah Parsons the rest of the year. He's going to have a game against Dallas. He's going to have who is he not going to have a game against? Honestly, the fact that he can just destroy Penei Sewell like he did, I'm not worried about any matchup. I'm really not for Micah Parsons, especially with, all the other guys that we have with more 1v1 opportunities and whatnot. But yeah, 1 week at a time is a great way to put that. Just 1 week at a time. Got Cleveland this week. Let's prepare for that. And hopefully start the year out 3-0 and get a dominating win yet again. Like, don't play down to the competition like we used to see the Packers do. We've already seen a different Packers already, right? Going against top tier opponents and dominating. Now let's see them against, kind of a lower one where usually the Packers will kind of play down to the competition. Let's see if that old Packers team, that old Packers, vibe is dead as well. So Really appreciate you guys coming by to the channel. Again, if you could click the like on your way out, click the like button. It helps the YouTube algorithm and gets, maybe more people to see the live stream, which you can watch after. It doesn't have to be live when you watch it. You just go to the live tab on my channel. It gets more people to maybe potentially see this film review. So really appreciate you guys coming by. Again, I do this every Tuesday. First injury report will be out tomorrow. And then I'll do my game preview on Friday live around, similar time, like 12:30 Eastern on Friday. So be on the lookout for that. But again, really appreciate you guys coming by. Go check out Sleeper, also Swivel. Add that Google Chrome extension. It's absolutely free. You can get all my content right on your new Google or your Google tab. Just open a new tab. It'll all be right there. And you can add multiple content creators. Both links are down in the description. But catch you on the next one. And as always, go Pack Go.